Welcome back to Factorio Space Age. My name is Nilaus and I am your guide through this wonderful showcase preview of the expansion that we will just all of us get our hands on. Thank you very much for your support, both here on YouTube and on Twitch. It's absolutely amazing to see that there is an interest. So what we're going to do today is we're going to continue working here on Volcanus, and we're going to be working towards the science. There are many steps, but they can actually be broken down and made a little bit more organized, and that's what I'm going to try to do in this episode. So the unique thing about Volcanus is that we have some materials that are abundant, and then we have to work from there. So we have lava is infinite because it's just pumping out of the lava. We have lots and lots of sulfuric acid, so that's easy to get. Then we have calcite and coal are the resources you can mine, and they are also readily abundant. We have some tungsten, which is harder to get, so we're not going to get any tungsten right now. We're going to get the stuff we can do without killing the worms. Hello worm, we're going to leave you out there for a bit because that's too dangerous for us, but that will be in maybe the next episode. Who knows? Then we're going to start to claim their territory. What we want to do is we want to now add stuff to the bus here. So we need to get some lava and some sulfuric acid. Lava, we're just going to get it from over here, and sulfuric acid, we're going to get it from down here. So we've added sulfur and lava to the bus, the not a bus. We're going to call it not a bus. It's not a bus, like the wall that's not a wall. So here we have our sulfur being brought in, and we also have lava from over here. It kind of feels weird that you just take something infinite resource and then turn it into something really valuable like iron and copper and steel and all that good stuff. So that's going to be nice, but we'll get that when we get the foundry, but not until then. But we also have some coal here, so we have sulfur and coal, and that's what we're going to be working on to begin with. We also should have down here some calcite, and the calcite is not added to a box, but it should be, so let's just add it to a box like this, then it should be available. So calcite we needed in so small quantities, so we just bring it in. So now we need to make water and lubricant. So water is from here. We've looked at this one. This is the acid neutralization recipe that we use because that generates a lot of steam, 2000 steam per second at the cost of 200. And then we need to get this into two of these steam condensation. They take 1000 steam each and give 90 water outbound. Pretty good. And I think I want to flip it so that it goes like this, and then I want a box here. So that is fine, and this one, and then go up and get that here. Perfect. And then the only thing we're missing is the calcite, which will always be requested in here. Let's just get a full stack, just because it's easier. And I'm just going to click that one. And there we go. So that should actually be so simple. And that goes up here. And then we have water. Perfect. That was easy. Let's see if the other one is as easy as that. That is going to be a setup here. This is, now we have a special simple coal liquefaction. We don't have the real coal liquefaction yet because coal liquefaction is here. It's hidden behind all of this tech. So we're going to work towards it, but we're not going to get it. This one is the old one we already know. Coal becomes with heavy oil and steam, and that is now, but this one is simpler. But it only produces heavy oil, which is actually perfect because what we need to make is lubricant. So let's just make the lubricant here. Let's do that like this so that we can get it something like this. That is going to be lubricant. And this is going to be 10 per second. This one's going to be outputting 10 per second. So they're perfectly aligned. Neat. We can also just do stuff like this. Let's do that. Right, so this needs coal and calcite inbound, so let's gonna get the calcite inbound, or the coal inbound on a belt, because that's higher quantity, and the calcite in, we'll just get in like so. There we go. And that is everything we need except for the sulfur. That one. I wonder if I can, oh yeah, I can force build it. Oh, I love force build. So good. And if you go in here, that works. The calcite coming in. It works. It's just like that. We get lubricant. Let's get the lubricant out on the belt of the bus. Yeah, it's not a bus. It's not a bus. On the not a bus. Oh no, we're out of. That's a problem. Copy, paste, and this one should actually be a here. Where are you? You're there. And that one in here as well. Good. This is using quite a lot of iron, and iron is really our biggest issue right now. There. We have lubricant, so now we have all the stuff we need. Great. So what is it the next thing we want to do? The next thing is, okay, objective is to work towards making, where are you? There. This is the one. We need to make tungsten carbide in order to get the foundry. We want to get the foundry because that enables everything that's cool about this planet is starting with the foundry. So we need to make tungsten carbide. Tungsten carbide is made in, weirdly enough, in an assembler. So that's what we're going to do. And that means it needs some carbon. Carbon is interesting because if we look at it, what is carbon used in? Coal synthesis? No, we don't have that. Tungsten carbide? That we don't have. This one we don't need. That's in space. And so it's actually, on this planet, it's only used for the tungsten carbide. And the tungsten carbide is used for something that we just, a building and a something here. And then for the science pack, which is a continuous thing. And then something very, very late. So it's not really used for many things, the tungsten carbide, but it's used in rather high quantities right now. So what we can do, and what I want to do, since this part here is tungsten ore is rare right now, because the only tungsten ore we have is the stuff that we can mine from sort of randomly locations here. I'm going to do that. And then just have them, while I'm busy with other things, just go out here. I don't think they'll mind. Yeah, we're not really getting as much as I'd like, but we're getting something out here. That's all we have. And then if we want more, we have to expand further out with roboports. So that's why we also have a big roboport area. Otherwise I have to go out myself and take out this, which we can, but I don't want to. Anyway, what if we're going to be saying that this is going to be twice as big, and then get something in here? Yes. And there. Okay, let's look at ratios. This is producing 2.32. This is consuming 2.33. I can't say that's a coincidence. That is just really nice. And I bet someone's got like, but it's not ratio. It's not a ratio. You're off by 0.1 per second. Yes, I think I can live. Oh no. There we go. And then it becomes rather obvious that it should be flipped like that. So this is a nice little module we're building. This is coal, this is sulfur, and it needs to get into a here. There's going to be both inputs and output. That's an input and that's an output. And the input, this one, tungsten carbide. How much do we want of that? Let's make 500. Sure, let's make 500. And what else do we request inbound? Yeah, we are requesting the carbon just because then we can get rid of the carbon. This is the stuff we've picked up a little bit of carbon from just doing stuff. But we want to make it from here eventually, or generally. And then we just hook things up. That is going to be one of these inbound here, and that is coming up. And that was quick. That was immediately as we made this. Nice. We are actually getting the foundry. So now we need to make the foundry. That is the next challenge. Let's make a foundry over here. That is going to be... Oh, right. Steel, we kind of have a little bit of that. A little bit. Electronic circuits. Yeah, we kind of have a little bit of that. The tungsten carbide, we have that. But refined concrete. So, I'm going to make refined concrete down here. Because it needs both concrete and iron sticks. So this one will be iron sticks. And then later on we can make it better when we get the foundries. But we have to make it temporarily. Yeah. So we get water in on this side. This nutter bus is remarkably useful. That's one thing. Stone bricks, we have those. I think I need to move them, but yeah, we definitely have stone bricks. So stone bricks, not a problem. Pick it up. And iron ore is a problem. Let me just make sure that we get at least 50 in here. And there. And then that just needs to go in. Do I also want to stamp it in this one? Oh, that's not it. I mean, eventually we want it, but right now I don't. I want to save all of our iron because that's a limited resource right now. That one goes in here, and then it goes in. Copy, paste. Nope, nope. And a little bit. Let's just take 5. It doesn't need to be much because I don't want all of that hiding in here. Then let's get all of that stuff in. That's a little bit much. Let's just go like 50 and 50. And this one 50, and this one, I don't know, this is 50. There you go. 50 of everything. Alright, and then we get lubricant comes in here. So we got lubricant, we got everything except the refined concrete. The refined concrete is working. Nice. Let's... Actually, we just want this on everything. I do? I think so. Except for this one, which is using way too much power, but that's just what it is. Alright, so we are gonna get our first... I only want to make 1. That's actually funny, because I want this to be crafted... Oh, then stopped it working here. Yeah, I only want to craft 1. We got it. We now have big mining drill. Because all of this should no longer be made. It should be made in a... I should use it the foundries, but we need to make a little bit more foundries, so we kind of have to make sure that this one is still active. Well, I'm gonna take all that out and make a little bit down here for continuing to make that one. And that'll just keep going. Probably gonna end up with a little bit of a lack of iron and copper for this. Whew. Trash unrequested. There we go. Get rid of that. And they have our foundry. Did I not request foundry? No. Let's request a foundry here. Let's request all the foundries. Actually, that should go up here to this one. Foundry. Go. 20. Sure. Where is it? Where's my one foundry? There. My glorious foundry goes here. And if I look at it, then it goes... I can build this, and I can build that. Yes. Doesn't exist, but we want to... The first thing is the fact that it can make itself. The reason why I want this is because this foundry is absolutely ridiculously awesome. Look at the right hand side. It says productivity plus 50%. That means the foundries, which are expensive and annoying to make, we suddenly can make those and get 1 free every, I don't know, every other cycle. That is a lot of niceness. So, I think I actually just want that one in here. Yes. And then I can take this out and then trash unrequested. That should go in here. And that goes in. And that goes out. Into a box where I will get... I don't know how many. Foundries. Let's just get 20 to start with. There. It's working. Look at that. We got 1. And now the iron is, the steel is coming out and haunting us. So let's just force feed it some steel so we get... Okay, refined concrete is the next hold up. It is... Oh, iron sticks. Well, that should feed the iron sticks quite rapidly. This is not constrained. It really should be constrained. So let's constrain it at 1,000. Sure. Put that on list. And should I also now make this? It's a little bit early, I think, to be wasting that on here. How many do we have? We have 4. Oh my god, this is quick. Alright. So the first thing we want to do is salvage our iron and steel production. So how can we do that? Let's look at what the foundry can actually produce for us. So it can produce the big mining drills and the loot foundries. But the really cool thing is actually this part. This is where the real money is. It can take lava and turn it into molten iron or molten copper with just a teeny tiny bit of calcite. So that's amazing. Then it can take also iron ore and make it into molten iron, or here this is also molten iron, molten copper. So that's also a nice way of doing it. And right now we're not using any iron ore. How much iron ore do we have? We have 1.7 and 1.3. Okay, so we can actually do this here. No, this one. And then what is it we can actually make? We can make cast the iron plates, which is an efficient recipe, but it's even better because it comes from free stuff. So that's super amazing. It's going to do copper, it can do directly to steel, then it can do directly to gears or sticks, or low density structure, which is absolutely amazing. If only these plastic bars weren't so annoying to make on this planet. And then concrete is also nice. And then we also have the copper cables. So definitely a lot of things that we want to do in scaling up. But right now it's about sort of, I don't know, I'd say a little bit of damage control more. This one. So we're going to be getting this one in, and you need calcite as well. So we'll take one of those calcite requesters that we have here and there. So that's a calcite requester, I think. And this will also have some junk, and that junk needs to just be thrown out. And I will need to get this inbound. There. Once the calcite comes in, this is also going to get... Oh, I should have kept the calcite. There you go. Calcite, and it's going to get the iron. Good. Get that in there. And once the calcite also comes in, and then now we need to make it into something useful down here. That will be, first we make it into steel, because oh man, are we desperate for steel. So, and then we make it into iron as well, because we just need a little bit of this. This is not a permanent build, like it's very, very temporary. So we're just gonna get these two merge here, and then it merged down there, and then it just goes, oops, there. Okay, look at that, it works. Then, unfortunately I can't move past this anymore. There, and there. Sweet. This, just make that. And this one, just make that. Ah, we now have iron and copper. Iron and steel. No copper yet, but that's, we don't need it. I have tons of copper here. Yeah. So the next thing we want to do is actually the mining drills, because we don't unlock the next thing until we get the mining drills. The mining drills are amazing for several reasons. They are the only way you can mine the tungsten, so you do need it. But we're not going to be mining tungsten anytime soon. Well, not in this episode, because that's in worm territory, so we need to deal with worms first. Hello, worm. They're big and nasty. So if you look at it, they don't look so nasty, but they also regenerate 2,400 hit points per second. So you have to kill them quick and not sustained damage, but quick burst of massive damage, which is why nuclear or uranium cannon shells are the best. I know they're the best, but they're really good. That's what we want to go for. Let's make the mining drills. These also work on normal, and they are 5 times as fast. Mining speed 5 versus mining speed 0.5. So they're 5 times as fast. They have a 13 by 13 versus a 5 by 5 area, so bigger area. They have a resource drain 50, which is insanely good. That means that they are actually only draining half as much resources when mining. So whenever it does a mining operation, it only takes half of the iron ore or whatever ore it's on out. And these work on all planets. Nice. So, yeah, this is not going to be here. It has to be here. Because I'm going to need to sneak you over here. That's the first thing we need inbound. Yeah. And then, that's interesting. That's a lot of things we need inbound here. Maybe I can build you here. And this one will be mining drills. How many? I don't know. 40? Sure. And copy paste. So we have some advanced circuits, but they are coming in from our batch that we brought in initially. We have some electric engines that are being consumed. This is what we should have been using for something else. And we have the tungsten carbide, and then we have the electric mining drills. So I'm going to just force feed it some electric mining drills, and we should get that soon. It also means that this here shouldn't be here. I'm going to get you down there, because I am going to get you, and that means you. Copy, paste. Do we have the things we need? Yes, we kind of do. And copy, paste. Do we have the things? Not that one, but we'll get it. And here, bring it in. So we're actually getting this. Do we want to get some modules? Maybe one of these and 3 here. And let's do the same setup here. Yes, that will help. This is making 0.14. This is consuming 0.12. So that's good. And how many do we want? Let's do here. We actually want 200 of these. They don't require a lot of resources, but they are needed for the mining drills, and they're also needed for us to make a rocket launcher. And the last one we want in this very small hub here is actually the normal mining drills. We want to make those. And that's just copy in here, and then let's see, that's, yeah, well, that's how many? Don't know. 50? 20? Yeah, we just need it for just some junk here. And I don't think I want to keep my normal mining drills in my inventory anymore. They're going to be 0, and instead I want to get some better mining drills. Here, 20. There. Sweet. We have mining drills. Didn't that unlock something? Oh yes, it unlocked here. So now we need to make tungsten plates. We actually have tungsten plates. So let's see if we can do that. That's just iron ore and tungsten ore. So we're going to make that in a dedicated little blob here. It's kind of limited space. So we're going to take one of this. Nope. This one. You will be making iron. Oh, look at this. Casting pipes and casting. That's definitely something we want. In a little bit. But this one is... Oh, this one. I forgot to mention how awesome this is. Think about it. We can make underground belts with the 80 gears, but with the 50% productivity bonus. So you can make belts with 50% productivity bonus, and that's for each step of the process. It makes belts absolutely amazing here. And we really want to make the turbo belts, and then we'll have a big factory. That's going to be one of the bigger factories we want to build here. Right, that was not what we wanted right now. We wanted to eventually make the tungsten plate, and that needs a little bit of iron. So could I make this into something, and then 2, 3, and then make another one down here, which would then be just casting the iron, and that's this one. And then since that's coming in from the side, then let's do it this way. So that will be a junk output, like so. And these two go out and out. They could be a little bit closer by doing this one. That's a little bit better. Okay. And it also needs the good old calcite in. Yeah. Just get it in. Actually, let's split these up here. It looks a little better. And I'm gonna get you. So that works. And then that gets one part of it, and the other one is the tungsten ore, so I'm gonna get that. Let's do that in a little slightly cooler way. Don't try to unrequest it. And here I'm also going to request that. And that will be put into each of these blobs here. Could I make a little beacon? Oh, I could make a beacon here. I really should make a beacon here, shouldn't I? I think I should make a beacon here. Yeah, let's... These definitely are here, and you're going to be speeding up. Good, and they also need a way out. That's here. So let's get a constraint. How many do we want? 500. Copy, paste. That's a little bit too much. That's the speed. This consumes 2.4 per minute and produces 1 per second. Great. So this is done. And we got the science somehow. Where is the science now? Oh, right. We got the science. Yay! We got the science. So that's now molten copper. Easy. And tungsten plate and tungsten carbide. Okay, but we already have those. So let's make that in the next one. Yay! And we just keep getting more and more foundries. And this is also a foundry build, right? Yes, that's also a foundry build. So how's that going to be? That's, let's do that. That's here, a Metallurgic Science Pack. Ooh, it's so exciting. It doesn't take much to get me excited. And copper. There. So how much copper? This is 93.7. This one is consuming 80. So it's pretty much a 1-to-1 ratio. I would even go so far as to say, what about now? Now it's consuming a lot less. That's okay. But I do think that even though it only goes from 50 to 74% productivity, then we're really constrained by our tungsten, because we can only so far grab it from somewhere else. So let's do this one and then get a beacon in here and then just say we kind of want 2 of those. Never want to. That one should be fine. How much will this be? This will be 1 science and 1 science. So it's going to be 2 science per minute per second, which is more than enough for what we want here. Then what are we going to get? We are going to get, you guessed it, we are going to get a requester. That is in here. For some calcite. Yes, indeed. And then we're going to get the junk outbound here. And we need a lot more of the bus here. No, not a bus. Sorry, it's not a bus. It's not a bus. Don't let me confuse you here. It's not a bus. Yeah. And we branch off the not a bus. And it goes in. And that gets us copper. Tons and tons of copper. Go in. Then we need a requester. And we need a provider. And in, out, in, out. And copy, paste. How much? Ooh, where did the carbide go? Damn. Let's just get 50 of each. Oh no! I forgot to put these inserters in. Oh, how much? You can delete your comment now that I forgot this back in the beginning of the episode. Okay, so I was just leaning on the... Well, I can say I did on purpose to clean out my logistics network of that. There we go. And... what the hell is this? That's the one. Yeah, okay. This one. We got the science. Yes. How much science do we want? All of it. There we go. We got science. And I am pretty happy with how fast we've been working on this. Should we do like one more cool thing? Yeah, let's do one more cool thing. And let's see if I can figure out what cool thing I want to do. Let's do concrete in a cool way. This one's kind of crowded. Let's do... This needs to go as well, but that means we can get something else. So let's do a concrete build, because concrete is a little bit complicated to get. So this one needs to just go up to... Let's see how much we actually need. Let's look at the research we want. We absolutely want 500 for this. Then what else is super important? 500 for the belts. And then 2,000, so that's 3,000 in total. And then we can also get like low density structures. Nice. This one is also nice. 500 more. So it's probably research tech wise. It's this one, this one, this one, this one. Astral processing is also really nice. What this does is it allows us to take one metallic ore and then have a chance to upscale it to other ones. So if we get too much metallic, we can convert it. It's a really good way to balance the outputs in on spaceships. Anyway, we want to build something. Let's start by looking at what is it we want to build. We want to make a reinforced concrete build. All these builds will be put into nice blueprints so that you can download them when you get the opportunity, and that'll just get you started on the game much easier. Right, so this one is, it needs sticks, that can be made in a foundry, it needs steel plates, that can be made in a foundry, and it needs concrete, that can be made in a foundry. So we basically need 3 foundries around this one. That's going to be a little bit tricky. That one, and that one, and that one. I think that's kind of how I want to do it. So this one is going to be the first. That'll be the concrete. And I'm going to flip it so that the water gets further away. Then this is going to be steel. And this one will be, what was the last? That was the sticks. Yes. So if only I could somehow build right here. That one. Then I can now do... yeah, this doesn't. I need to actually be a little bit further out, and I can go a little bit closer, I guess. Yeah, like that. And now I'm kind of boxed in. Why? Now I can get this. Let's try and figure out how this is going to be playing out. I think this is the best location to build it. There. Because then I can get the water here up to that one. Are we just going to make 2 water inputs? Sure. It's probably fine. There. So water goes in. Easy. That was the easy one. Then lava goes in, that's the next one. There. Then we're going to get, you guessed it, we're going to get some calcite in here. Some calcite in here. And that will be, yes, calcite. 50. Oh, it's just 250. And that means now we get started on making that. So we also need some output here. Oof. That's a little bit tricky. Where can we put that output? I mean, we can just put it anywhere. There. Okay, it's working. So we get... That means we need block stone bricks in here as well. Let's request... Oops. Let's request stone bricks. They are readily available. Quite abundant, honestly. And that goes in here. So that means we can now make the concrete. There. The steel is being made. Good. And that's being made. Do I need this for something else? I don't know. Do I need this for something else? I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that we could use this for instead replace the other one for sort of like a little template steel. Sure. That one can go in here to just make some steel as we need it. And yeah, it's free stuff. Because this one will get what it needs first. You are going to be in a box here, which will be indicated as concrete. And honestly, I'm gonna get you here as well. I don't know if I need this. I don't know how much I need of it, but now we have it because it's just a little bit extra. This one though, it's gonna be fast. That means 1.83. I think we can actually pave the world with this amount of the concrete we're making. I just want to fill this one up. Let's see, how much do I want it to have it at? I don't know. Maybe like 5,000? There. So we also have a nice little concrete build. That means there are some things back here that we can actually take out. That means all of this can be taken out now. Great, because that might be something else we want to take. That didn't last long, but it was necessary for the build. And at some point, we probably can run out of water. I have not really considered that, but I guess we should consider that. There. This one gets reestablished. That's a little bit too much light. What else is needed? I wonder why that one's not. Is it constrained? Okay. We don't need the steel down here. And I don't think we need the iron. Maybe we do. Because then I could take these two and make them into something cool, like... Where is it? That one. And that one. It's unfortunately a little bit difficult to get this. Yeah. Maybe we do this part here, so it becomes a little bit easier to collect. And these are merging together, and this one here. Right, so this is now all connected, but it allows us to do that thing. Do we really not have steel chests? I just want a steel chest here. And I also want that to be a steel chest. And just here. And then the real one we want is going to be that one and that one. Great. And you can then be replaced. Go away. And you can be replaced. Go away. Sweet. Look at that. We're just replacing it. And how much do we want? We're going to need a lot of pipes in this area. So now pipes are ridiculously cheap to make. We want, I don't know, 500? Sure. Don't care. We might even be so bold as to say that this is where we're going to make it for everything. There. Right. That is a massive improvement to our base now. And it's all coming off of our Nutter bus. That's brilliant. And what is the next move? Well, the next move is to actually get some of this research, get it stacked up a little bit more than it is right now. It can't actually get more because we're actually running out of carbide, and that means the only thing we need to do, or the only thing we can do, is actually clear the area for demolishers. So that's definitely going to be the next episode. We will be going against the demolishers, getting some tungsten, so we can scale up our science production and unlock some science, get cliff explosives, and then happiness will ensue. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you are looking at this after release, then you can find these modules, cliff explosives. We're not going to do that yet, but we have the modules, we have orange science, and we have the concrete. Those modules are made here, so you can stamp them down if you feel like it in your own base. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode, or maybe on Twitch when I'm live streaming on twitch.tv/Nilaus at 8 p.m. Central European Time, though not until Saturday if you're watching this right when it comes out. Until next time, take care and stay effective.